Today's topic, what I want to talk about is wholesaling with no money. So wholesaling with no money. It's a big topic because a lot of people want to get into wholesale. A lot of people want to get into real estate, obviously because it's a lucrative field to be in if you do it right. There's big checks that you can make from wholesaling. There's big checks you can make from flipping. There's just a lot of money going around. Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be giving you a lesson in my car because I am too busy to sit down at my desk today to shoot a quick video for you guys. I know I haven't been on YouTube in a while, but I'm going to start posting and I'm going to try to shoot for 3 videos a week. If you guys know me, you know my content at all, I'm not going to BS you, I'm not going to fluff you, I'm just going to kind of give it real. So with that, let's jump into it. The ability to be able to make your money back in real estate is huge. What that gets to is like also the coaching of real estate is also huge too as well. It's high margin. There's a lot of people that want to get into it. And what that's led to is a lot of people trying to sell the easy path into real estate. Hey, you can get started with no money. You can get started with, no money down. You can, start investing in real estate with little no money. You can use all these free options, these free things to get started, and you can make $10,000 checks, $5,000 checks, $20,000 checks. You'll see this in Facebook groups. Hey, you can do the same thing. I got a $100,000 spread on a deal. Well, all of that's great and true, and it does happen. I'm not discounting that. The reality is that for most people that get into real estate trying to do it with no money at all are typically going to struggle. The reason why is because when you're doing it with no money and you don't have money for paid marketing, what happens is you don't have consistent leads coming into the business. If you don't have at-bats where you're talking with sellers, how can you close a deal? You can't close a deal if you're not talking with someone that wants to sell you their property. You can't close a deal if you don't consistently have those at-bats. And if you're new into real estate and you don't understand how to close deals, or you don't have sales skills to be able to close deals with sellers, you need even more at-bats. And free marketing, while it's great, you typically don't have those consistent at-bats, because what happens is with free marketing, I'm going to go into Facebook groups and see if I can find deals to JV on. I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to go on Craigslist. I'm going to go on MLS. I'm going to do driving for dollars. All of those are one-time activities for most people. If you want to do the free methods of marketing and really do real estate with no money down, what you have to understand is that marketing method that you chose has to be a daily ritual, not even a routine. It has to be a ritual, which means everything else that happens throughout your day, this needs to be worked around. If you're not doing that every single day and keeping a log of that activity and improving on that activity every single day, whether it's cold calling, driving for dollars, whatever your free method of marketing is, if you're not doing that every single day and keeping a log, in a spreadsheet saying, hey, I made this amount of dials, I got this amount of connects. Same thing with driving for dollars. I drove, this many properties, I pinned this many properties, I skip traced this many properties, I called this many sellers. If you're not doing that with your free methods of marketing, you're typically going to do stop and start. I'm going to go driving for dollars on Friday. I'm going to do cold call, when I have a lunch break or whenever that is. And that's not consistent enough to keep the business going. Now, the reality is you can get started with that and you can get a deal or two from that. The hard part is if it's taking you 3 months to get there, when you get that first deal, whether it's $5,000 or $4,000 or $2,000 or something smaller, your natural inclination is, okay, now I want to take that money and I'm going to go spend it on me because I work so hard. You typically aren't going to take that full check and invest it into the business, which is what you should do if this is a side hustle. But the reality is most people don't do that. Basically, just to summarize, what I'm saying is, if you're going to do free methods of marketing, you're going to get into wholesale real estate with no money to start with your marketing. While I don't recommend it, you can do it if you are disciplined. It takes a lot of discipline and willpower to do it with no money. But that being said, it's not impossible. You can definitely do it if you're the one that wants to make cold calls, if you want to do the driving for dollars, if you want to do all those methods of marketing. But you need to be as consistent as possible with those, track it, and know your numbers and KPIs. Because the reality is, when I started my consulting business, which wasn't in real estate a long time ago now, it's been 8 or 9 years. And I guess that's a long time for me, but for some people that's not very long. I was a freelancer, so I had daily KPIs. I didn't have money for marketing to get started at all when I was looking for clients. So what I did is I went on a site that's called Upwork now. It used to be Elance. And my goal was I had to get out 10 projects each day, a custom video for each one of those. I had to create one piece of content, so whether it was a blog post, whatever that may be, but that was my free marketing that I kept a KPI and kept a spreadsheet of it. And what I started to do is I started generating more sales opportunities. I noticed after I did that, I would mark down, how many sales calls I was on that day, how many I closed, how many no's I got, things like that. And that helped me make the business more consistent because it wasn't just a shotgun approach. It was my daily ritual. I had to do this every single day. And if you're getting started in real estate, you need to do the same thing, especially if you're not going to do paid methods of marketing. Now, as quickly as you can, what I would recommend is switching over to a paid method of marketing, because what that gives you is the ability to grow your business exponentially. Businesses are built upon leverage. And leveraging your time is going to be the biggest thing that you can leverage when starting a business. For me, it can completely changed our business when we started to leverage paid advertising over just organic marketing or creating YouTube videos or sending out cold emails or networking, because now I was able to bring in leads into the business every single day without me actually having to do the work. I did the work one time. It took a lot of time to get it set up and build the funnels and do the ads and all of those things. Same thing for you. It's going to take you some time to figure out what scripts work. It's going to take you to figure out, which texting platform to use, which data to use, how often to hit the list, what messages to use for your ringless voicemails, direct mail pieces. But once you figure it out with these paid methods of marketing, all you're going to be doing is optimizing and tracking your KPIs and making small iterations, because usually once you get something that works, it usually tends to work for a little bit of time before you need to go and adjust it. But now you have a paid method of marketing that's bringing leads into the business that's not directly related to your time. The sooner you can get to that point, the sooner you can grow and scale the business, because now you can start focusing on the other bits and pieces of the business, because the business is just a bunch of systems all together. And if you can start to expand your time and your ability to work on it and improve those other systems, it makes your life a lot easier. So as soon as you can, get into paid methods of marketing, whether it's text messaging, whether it's paying a VA to do cold calling or direct mail or Facebook ads or PPC, whatever that method of marketing is for you. I recommend you start out with, the cheaper ones like text messaging and cold call. That being said, find a method of marketing you're comfortable with, that you can do a decent amount of volume that will generate you a return into the business, so you can quickly get out of the free methods of marketing and into the paid methods. And that being said, you can hire someone to do the free methods of marketing. I know it's no longer a free method of marketing, but you can hire a VA for a few dollars an hour to do those same things that you're doing to keep those channels going while you start a text campaign, while you start a cold call campaign to bring more leads into the business. So long story short, yes, you can get into wholesale real estate with no money. You can start with as little money as possible and still generate results. What I would recommend is, if you're gonna go that route, you want to make sure that it's a daily habit, a daily ritual that you do every single day. Track your KPIs, track your numbers, so that way you can make sure that you get that stuff out consistently and you can generate a return for the business. And once you have successfully gotten some more money in, whether you raised money or you close a deal, get into paid methods of marketing. It can allow you to grow and scale your business a lot faster than most people, because you have these paid methods of marketing in your favor, whereas most people are just doing the free methods of marketing, which is getting them stuck because they're not doing it consistently. Consistency is the number one thing that I see in real estate investing businesses that's causing people to get stuck, is by not doing consistent marketing. So if you can master that one piece, you can get into real estate with no money down, start wholesaling. Once you start wholesaling, get into paid methods of marketing, and then scale up from there. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe down low, and comment what method of marketing you're currently doing right now and what type of results you're getting. I'll see you in the next video.